A few weeks ago, I made a video talking about Nintendo's hardware. I said that this hardware piece was very interesting because they had terms which would allow for them to render your device useless should you mod or do anything crazy. Now, some people defended that. Some people said, well, I'm glad I'm not a cheater, so I don't have anything to worry about. But many of these people fail to realize that the fact that you don't own this hardware, to yourself is just wild. Because let me show you. The instigating thing about this is the fact that these guys have brought a hardware to the market that is, from a hardware perspective, unimpressive. A price perspective, highly, weird, because the performance is, looking at what we're seeing, it's not in any way a groundbreaker. It's not shaking up the gaming industry. And there are comparable hardware pieces that are priced much better, have access to better games, have access to a better ecosystem, allows for you to be able to do those things like physically increase your memory, get into ecosystems, install new operating systems, third-party, quality of life access that you may need, and so on and so forth. So people are wondering, why is Nintendo getting all this scrutiny? Well, it's because Nintendo is trying to basically get away with something that I think they're going to have to answer a lot for before anybody was willing to let them get away with it. Just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. This company is coming out with underpowered hardware for $449. They want to variably price games at $80. In fact, before you get a Nintendo game on sale, it's going to be weird. And the third-party developers are also following suit with their pricing to upgrade your games to a Switch 2 version. In fact, when I saw Hogwarts Legacy do this, I was quite disappointed, to be very honest. I thought to myself that this developer was not going to delve into it, but then I wondered, I was like, oh, you know what? This is a Warner Brothers studio, and anybody who sees Nintendo basically getting away with it is going to also want to get away with it. It's interesting. And you know what? The media that is very quick to call out what they think are anti-consumer practices, they're just quiet about it. It's weird. This article said Hogwarts Legacy Switch 1 players can upgrade for $10 to get better graphics and no loading screens on the Switch 2. What? For a game that you just bought, for a game that you just paid for, if you did pay for the Switch version of the game. Really? Really? You can pay $10 to get a graphics upgrade after paying $449? I'm dumbfounded by this notion that this is acceptable in the gaming industry. This is why I game on PC, and this is why I tip my hat to Xbox when they actually provide this particular service, which you are entitled to. Do you know how I know you're entitled to it? Because the other guy is doing it for free. The other guys are doing it for free. Look at Hogwarts Legacy in my library here, right? I was showing you guys some data and some metrics using my 6750 XT GPU and 5800X 3D. This build that I'm making this PC on, I removed my 4080 from it the other day. I was trying to install a capture card and do some troubleshooting. And I installed my 6800 XT, which is better than the 6750 XT by a very strong margin, if I may add. Imagine if I installed this GPU, right, into that computer, and I'm supposed to get better resolution, better frame rates. The 6800 XT, it's like the GPU grew on me. When I first bought it, I was disappointed. I was like, man, why is this GPU not doing anything? But a lot of those games that were out back that time, they've been optimized and cleaned up, and man, do they run beautifully. You can push a lot of these games to 4K on this GPU. Imagine if now I say, well, let me run Hogwarts Legacy and gain a little benefit from it. And they tell me, after having bought this GPU or acquired a new hardware piece, that I had to pay $10. Folk, a lot of people need to start considering that these companies need you more than you need them. It appears that the disrespect is getting out of hand, and someone needs to say something about it. Because a lot of gamers may say, it's $10, it's not a big deal. But you got to understand that if you don't think it's a big deal, one day they're going to make it $15 and tell you that, oh, well, prices are going up. For something that you are entitled to, by the way. They're going to ask you to give money for something that you are entitled to, that they need. They need you. You don't need them. Why? You have options. You have options. And so it's quite fascinating to me that this company has already shown up with just a proposition of their console coming out, and the industry is unveiling its true colors. Because however you put it, they're a market leader in some sense in gaming, and people follow suit. Yet Xbox, that had been doing this thing for years, was given no credit because, like I've said before, this company has the games media in a chokehold. Guys, y'all think that we've basically recovered from Digital Foundry running an ad for Nintendo? They came out and they said, well, it wasn't a good fit, blah, 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 blah. But man, that was already a terrible, terrible incident and a statement to the gaming industry that it's not going to be easy to hold trust in the media and those who should be reporting the truth to us. Guess who got the specs first? It was Digital Foundry. Why are they in that kind of a relationship with them? It's a very strange phenomenon, don't you think? Does it serve the gamer? Does it serve the audience? Who does this serve? We've got to tell ourselves the truth in this matter. But again, I would never presume to tell anybody what to do with their money. Anybody who wants to go ahead and do such with their money, they can feel free to do so. I'll leave you with some of this gameplay from Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Talk to me in the comment section, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.
The control room is at the top of the atrium.
Hostile radio intercepted.
It's the division! Sound the alarm! Easy down!